It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Dallas, Texas. And it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio, and this is America's Popcast. What's the buzz tonight? On the record with Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, and our newest co-host. Let me introduce you to Ricky, Rico Style. How are you, my friend?
Yes. How you doing? How's everything, Angelo?
Everything's wonderful, my friend. Everything's great. I got to check up with Amelia because I haven't seen her in like forever. Amelia,
Okay.
how the hell are you?
Good.
You stay in that trouble?
Trying to.
You get work yet?
Not yet. Working on it,
You
though.
lazy bum. Work. Nah, look, I feel for you. I do. I feel for you. It's hard getting work out there.
It is very hard.
Unless you have, man, it's tough. Unless you've got like a really, a super skilled set of, of equipment to bring to a job.
Yes.
It's hard because everybody's like one specialist these days.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like going to a hospital. You don't see a doctor anymore. You see a specialist.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everybody's their own thing. How about that, Rick? And this is something.
It is. It really is. But hey, what can you say? Everybody's got their own title now, you know?
Mm-hmm. I know your title is co-executive producer.
I told you I would have settled for janitor. As long as my name would have been across the shirt, I'd have been fine with that. But hey.
Well, I will tell everybody in the interest of full disclosure. The reason Rick has the title of co-executive producer is I have known, God, can I tell everybody how long I've known you?
Sure, man.
It's over 30 years I know this guy.
I'm so
over
sorry.
30 years. Yes,
Okay.
over 30 years.
What happened? How? And Amelia, please tell me, Amelia, if I'm lying, please. I have been looking for a third person for this show.
Gosh.
For how long?
At least 2.5 years since we've
At
been
least
the show
2
together.
years.
Really?
Yes.
And I ran into Rick at church at Pastor Steve's.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell everybody a little about, they know my background.
Mm-hmm.
I was an entertainer. I've been in show business pretty much my whole life, right?
Right. Yes.
Rick is an entertainer. He's a singer. He's an actor. He does impressions. He does birthday parties. He can cut your hair.
I can tell you jokes while I'm cutting your hair. I mean,
No, I'm telling you, man. No joke. No joke. The guy is a quadruple threat. He does it all, right?
now I owe you $10 for that.
Right. And Rick is the kind of guy who, when he opens his mouth to sing, you go, where the hell's that voice coming from? Because Rick, like a lot of people, especially like people like Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle.
Right. I remember that.
Jim Neighbors opened his mouth to sing. Man, that booming voice came out. Rick is the same way. When he opens his voice, it's like, whoa, where'd that shit come from? But we are going to do some crazy stuff tonight. We are going to talk about one of our favorite. This is probably, and again, Amelia, please tell me if I'm bullshitting.
Right.
This is one of our most requested topics ever: conspiracies and cover-ups.
Oh, all the time.
Especially government conspiracies and government cover-ups. Everybody wants to know the skinny. What's really happening, Mad Dog?
Exactly.
And I come in here and I get people all fired up and they want to, they want to call me names, that's okay. Go ahead, call me names. I don't care. But then I say, well, if you think I'm bullshitting you, go ahead and I'll show you where I found this, and you go there and you'll find the same thing. And I tell them where I find the stuff. I will never shy away from telling anybody where to find the truth, because it's out there. You just got to look for it.
It is out there.
Government conspiracies and cover-ups, one of our favorite subjects. Amelia, you and I have had this discussion a long time, a couple of years now.
Yes.
We have an interesting president. A strange character he is, Joe Biden. You are one of these people, and I'll just tell our new friend here, Rick. Ricky, Amelia
You
doesn't think that Joe Biden is Joe Biden. She
come
thinks
again with that? She thinks that Joe Biden is Joe Biden.
Is not
she doesn't
Joe
think that
Biden.
Joe Biden is Joe. She thinks he's a lookalike.
Oh, you think it's a hologram or something?
Yeah, she thinks he's a fake.
Yep.
No, that's Joe Biden in the flesh.
That's
What
a
makes you
scary
think
thought,
he's a
ain't it,
fake?
brother?
Yeah, that is a scary. But what makes you think he's a fake?
Well, he's been known to do this a lot, and there's been proof right there that there's a mask that he's been put on right there. We have proof.
Yeah, we had actually showed it on the show, Rick.
Hmm.
He went to a function, and
Yeah.
he didn't know there was a camera behind him, and he pulled his mask down, and you could see it pulling his mask down.
Whoa.
No, brother, we have done shows that these masks,
Oh.
Yes.
these masks are so elaborate. Amelia, please.
No, we've done that
Wow.
show. Mhm.
And I'm going to show a video, not tonight, but I will show it tomorrow or Wednesday, of exactly what she's talking about, because we have the video. In fact, I
Okay.
may even show you a clip of that show, which was remarkable. In fact, it was such a good show that people have asked us to do it again.
Yes.
And we are going to oblige everyone, probably this week, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, but we'll definitely get it. I'm one of those people. I'm on the fence about it. I don't know if there are two people in the world that stupid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think there's only one that's really that stupid. You know,
I
to
mean,
make two that stupid,
it
double
makes
jeopardy.
you wonder. When I'm going to show either this week or next week. And by the way, for those of you watching on television tonight, do not adjust the color on your screen. That is my real face color. I fell asleep in the sun this weekend. So do not adjust your television screen. That's me.
And you know that video that they showed it at Memorial Day where he was speaking in front of veterans, where he went like this. It looked like he was taking a shit.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the fake powering down. That could have been a robot, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you know,
because I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Let me tell. We're going down that rabbit hole.
Let's dive down into it.
Yeah.
Such intense research. I already know, and in fact, the loyal viewers and listeners, they know what we're talking about, because we've showed them the videos of the robotic Trump, the robotic Biden, the robotic Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci. We've shown them the videos.
My God.
We've shown people the videos of the fake Hillary Clinton, because we believe Hillary Clinton is dead.
Yeah.
We believe she was executed for treason at Guantanamo Bay.
Oh.
And we believe that there's credible, substantial evidence to back it up. But let me bring you up on the big screen, Rick. And
sure thing.
I want to bring you up here and introduce you to everybody.
Okay.
Let's talk about this. I have my favorite conspiracies. Amelia has hers. I want to introduce you to my audience a little bit and let them get to know you.
Okay.
By way of introduction, tell everybody who you are, your background and entertainment, and then I will ask you this question. What is your all-time favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh, I would say the Kennedy conspiracy theory. I would say that would be my all-time favorite, to be honest with you.
Amelia, how many shows have we done on Kennedy?
Oh gosh, at least 5 or 6.
5 or 6 at least, and we're not done.
No,
we're not done.
That would be my all-time favorite.
Good call. Tell everybody about you, Rick. Tell them who you
Hold
are.
out there. My name is Ricky Style. I'm a musician, entertainer. Did hair for years, hairstylist for years. All around entertainer, and I'm just a very I love people. I love being around people. I love talk. I just love to entertain. And I just bumped in to the Mad Dog the other day, and we linked up as if we haven't. It's been like 30 some years since we've seen each other. So we linked up like there was no time lapse. So
yeah,
yeah,
30 plus years.
30 plus, at least 35 years.
The first time I saw you, you were part of a duet with another gentleman, kind of like a Righteous Brothers act that you had.
Yeah, but then we brought Lonnie in.
Yep, you sure did.
And we brought JoJo in, and we turned it into a group. But things go how they go, and
sure.
That's but I've worked with a lot of big names in the Philadelphia area. Yeah, Bobby Eli, God rest his soul. He just died a few months back. We were partners for some years with Pooji, who was the lead singer of the Delphonics. People like that. We had our own production company together. But hey,
I'll tell you what, you have a pedigree in music, and I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but we are going to premiere a brand new song. You will only be able to hear it right here on What's the Buzz on the record. It's something that has to be done.
Yes,
and it's something that we have to bring it to the people. And
we have to bring it to the light. Yes.
Yep. And well, it's funny because I'm glad you said that, because and we've said this on the show many times. Everything hidden in darkness will soon make its way to the light. You'll always find out once the light hits it. It's amazing how the truth comes out.
Isn't you know what? The words you're saying, it can't be any truer, man. No matter where you go, where you hide, it's always going to catch up to you. I learned that a long time ago.
Oh my God, sure. Of course. So, Amelia, your favorite conspiracy theory. I know you got like 1,000 of them, but like of all, let's bring you up on the big camera tonight.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen you in a little while. I want to make sure that you're still I want to make sure you're the real Amelia and not
the fake one that's been taken away, right? Well, mine is,
of course, sure that you're the real Amelia.
I wasn't born at the time, but of course, I loved the one about Marilyn Monroe, about if she was still alive, was she murdered, was she suicide, or was she put in wood tech? That's still a big.
Do you know, Ricky? Do you know that story? We've done this story,
right?
And I think we're going to do it again.
Okay.
The story about Marilyn Monroe not really being killed, but being whisked away in the witness protection.
I've heard stories of that, but I'm leaning towards. I'm just leaning towards that. No, she's really gone. That's just my feeling.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we have to remember too, if Marilyn if she were lucky enough to be alive now, she would be almost 100 years old.
Yeah, she'd be. Yes.
Oh yeah, she would be like 97 or 98 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm with Rick on this one. I don't think she's still alive, but
she lived to probably 60, 70 years old, but I think they took her away because the pictures that you showed in the one show that we did of her, or the shows that we did of her.
There were two different people.
The pictures did not add up to me at all.
The pictures did not add up, and Marilyn Monroe had a very famous mole on her cheek.
Yes.
And that cheek was gone, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
That cheek mole was gone.
Yes.
And I showed not one or two, but I showed like 7 to 10 different pictures of Marilyn where she did not look like Marilyn at all.
Yeah,
That beauty
especially.
mark was part of her. That was her.
That was the money maker, brother. That was the money maker.
And the
But
pictures
here's
that
the
you have
thing,
too.
not to cut you off, but
Oh, please, absolutely go for it. Sure.
looking in the grand scheme of things, she had stepped on a lot of toes, and you know where I'm going with this.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying. She had stepped on a lot of toes, and she knew just a little bit too much, in my opinion.
She knew a lot too much.
I was only a kid when this whole thing went down with the assassination of the Kennedys and so forth, with the conspiracy theory of the other Kennedy, where his date was found dead in the bottom of the drink, so forth and so on.
Yes,
in the bottom of the lake when he went to the party, so forth and so on. So in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I don't want any feds coming and banging on my door about this, but I'm just, I try to evaluate things, and I think that she's definitely gone. She may be with Hoffa. Who knows?
Yeah, well, that's another show we're gonna do a part, probably a part 3 to.
Yes.
Jimmy Hoffa. What happened to Jimmy Hoffa? Oh boy, do I got a theory on that, brother.
Wow. Yeah.
It's interesting though, Rick, that you say that. Because we made the connection between John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, and Jimmy Hoffa, and we've done that on our show.
Okay. Yes.
So, and I like that you're in the same thought process that we are. You're right there. And the other thing that's important for people to understand: every conspiracy theory. I hear what I'm saying, folks. Every conspiracy theory is based in truth somewhere. Just like we say that every rumor can run because it's got a pair of legs attached to it. There's something making the rumor run. I'll tell you one of my favorite conspiracies. You ready?
Yes.
Sure.
And Rick, you're going to love this one, being a musician. One of my favorite musical conspiracies.
Don't tell me Hendrix.
Paul McCartney is dead.
Oh, wow.
Paul McCartney is dead and was replaced by a look-alike in 1966.
In that far back, I heard of that conspiracy. I mean, I heard of the rumor. He was replaced back in 1966. This is what I heard, but how far that goes, I really couldn't touch on that.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to touch on that subject. Here we go. Leon Barfield, our friend Leon, is joining us in our chat. Hoffa is under the 50-yard line at Giant Stadium. No, he's not, Leon.
No, he's not.
No, he's
you know not. Where he is? Hey, wait. I think I hear the feds knocking on my door. I knew it.
I'll tell you where Jimmy
Angelo, you did it again.
I'll tell you where Jimmy Hoffa is. Jimmy Hoffa was killed and cremated within an hour of each other. He was killed in the parking lot of the restaurant where he was waiting for a meeting.
Right. I remember that.
They took him and his car.
Right.
They took him. They crushed the car and they crushed
the car.
Body.
Right.
They took Hoffa's body and cremated it at a mafia-owned funeral parlor about 3 miles up the road from where the diner was.
Okay, you know what? I can definitely agree with that. I know they crushed the car, but there was another theory that he's somewhere in the Pinelands.
Wow.
Well, and that was another theory that came to light years ago, that he was here in New Jersey.
Right.
because he had mob connections here in New Jersey. That's how the Pinelands story started, and Giant Stadium story started.
And Giant Stadium was another theory. Now, let me ask you this: do you think that the Iceman had anything to do with it?
No,
Because he was involved in so many.
Yeah, well, Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman, had absolutely nothing to do with Jimmy Hoffa, and we know that factually.
It's time for our first commercial break.
Oh, time for we're early. Wait a minute, Amelia.
Oh,
we're 4 minutes early for break.
Well, it's we're live 21 minutes already. So,
are we really?
Mm-hmm.
Commercial break.
Oh, it's 7:16. Wait a minute, we're early. I guess we're going to do an early break. Well, I'll tell you what, then we're going to have to do it because Amelia said so.
Well, we're already live 21 minutes, so.
Hey, look, she's the producer. I got to do what she says.
All right, hey, my hands are up too.
Let's take a look at this, folks.
One for Rainbow, one for Amanda.
Who you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm 6, and I love unicorns.
Sexual predators are seeking kids online.
We don't know Amanda.
Learn how to report abuse at end-violence.org/protect.
Bragg's idiotic, small-minded prosecution. This will likely all backfire. In fact, it already is backfiring. Americans are very smart people, and they see what's going on. This is a persecution disguised as a prosecution.
I would dismiss it on its face because it fails to state a crime.
The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it. And now these radical left lunatics want to interfere with our elections by using law enforcement. We can't let that happen. With all of this being said, and with a very dark cloud over our beloved country, I have no doubt, nevertheless, that we will make America great again.
WWTF Radio 88.7 is broadcasting live around the world on the broadband radio system and Mad Dog Media. I am Mad Dog DeCipio, joined as I am each and every week, God help me, by Amelia the Pitbull Chapman and our newest member of the team, welcoming him with open arms to save me from the Pitbull for a little while, is Rico Style, and he is back in action. It's good to see you on the air again, Rick.
And I defend him.
Good to see you.
See the kind of shit I got to put up with, brother, from this woman?
I see it, man.
I defend him. Look at that.
You know what? Keep it up, kid.
Was that just hand language she was giving you? Was that sign language? What was that?
You go get it. Who else is here? Hey, my brother-in-law, Scott. It's coffee time, he says.
Yes. It's coffee time, right?
Yes, sir, brother. It's coffee time for sure. Scotto, if you're out there on break, Scotto is one of our heroes. He's an EMT and firefighter.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Hey, there you go. Yes. Most definitely.
Scotto, what is you're out there listening to the show tonight. What's one of your favorite conspiracy theories, Scott? Let's now have you chime in. While I'm waiting for Scott, Amelia, let's talk a little bit about your favorite current conspiracy, which is the fake Joe Biden. Now, there are people out there. I can't make this up, folks. She's not the only kook out there, I can assure you. There are a number of people who think that not only is Joe Biden not Joe Biden, but they think that there's at least 3 or 4 people playing the part of Joe Biden.
Right.
Because every time, at least for me, and I'm on the fence with this, but for me, there are times when he sounds different. He looks just a little different.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
The
Yeah.
pictures that
You
they
know
show
what I
us
mean,
are
Rick?
so different.
There are sometimes he's on top of his game.
Yeah.
And there's other times you would have to explain it to him with a box of crayons.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And,
So,
and that's where I'm going with this. I mean, it's hard to you can't nail it down because it's but the thing that I remember vividly was that clip that I showed of him literally pulling a mask down.
See it in the back where he's
I
tugging
can't.
it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Oh yeah, I'm going to show it to you. You're going to flip out when you see it.
And then there's been pictures of him a month ago, and then now they're so different. You could see it. The ears,
I'll show
the
you
nose,
a
eyes
picture.
are different.
You want to talk about the starkness of this? Listen to this, because this is for real. I have a picture of Joe Biden and Barack Obama the day they were sworn in as president and vice president. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, keep in mind, they ended the presidency in 2016. Right. 2016.
Right.
Donald Trump becomes president. So you don't see Joe Biden for 4 years.
Out of the picture completely.
Yeah, Rick. When Joe Biden reappears in 2020 to run for president, he sounds different. He looks different. He's a different size.
I know where you're going with it. You're absolutely right. You are at 100% right. Everything about him, his demeanor, everything is different completely.
Everything's different. Everything is different. And but yet, again, sometimes he's on his game, and sometimes you don't know his name.
That's why I say sometimes you have to explain things to him with a box of crayons.
Yeah,
you know.
For real.
So you know.
Well, I'm going to show it. Rick, you got to take a look at this. This says Biden Fetterman. It's a no-brainer.
Biden Fetterman.
Fetterman,
no-brainer. And then he'll be talking and say, "Yeah, I'm going to bring in this to law. It's going to be the blah 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 blah." It's like, I want to see that blah 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 blah
People
into law.
in this area, this part of the country, in the Northeast, they know who Senator John Fetterman is.
Oh God!
You have to hold his hand.
Yes.
To show him how to spell his name. That's how stupid this fuck is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
how dumb this fuck is. Remarkable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One of the other conspiracy theories that we get all the time here. People love to talk about the space program, the secret space program. Did we ever go to the moon? Was the moon landing fake?
In my opinion, I think it was as fake as a $3 bill. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
We're with you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. There's no way, and if I can explain,
I want you to. Yes, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Here's what's going on. The backdrop, okay, the way they're situated, the cameras, okay, it's like it's too bright, number one. Okay, it was illuminated too brightly. Number two, if you look at the horizon, if you go to the ocean, it's Atlantic, I don't care what ocean you go to, and you stand on that shoreline and you look straight at the horizon, you can't see anything on that horizon. But if you look at the horizon of the moon, it looks like you could, if you walk 20 steps, you're going to fall off the edge.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. And the way they it was impossible. It's a backdrop. No one went to the moon. No one brought moon rocks back. It's a lie. It's a complete lie.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I believe? And this is the clincher for me. It looked too much like a movie.
That's what I'm saying.
It was. Because it was a movie.
Yes.
We know now that the late director, Stanley Kubrick, who was an amazing film director, the late Stanley Kubrick, was contracted by NASA to create the moon landing. We know that now. There are people who you will show them the proof and they'll still deny it ever happened.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll still, but when you have, and Amelia, we showed it on the show.
Yes, we did.
When you have Buzz Aldrin, one of the astronauts that supposedly went to the moon, when he tells you we never went, you might want to listen to him a little bit.
You got to believe it. It's like I was out on the Delaware with a couple of friends last summer, and we got into this conversation about the Earth, and this guy, he got so mad at me. I said, "Dude, whatever you say, the Earth is not flat."
Oh my God! Please,
flat Earth. The Earth is not flat. Please, I mean. And I said, I'll end the conversation. I can't go any further with it because.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Rick. When people, and they will fight you.
He wanted to fight me. I'm like, yo, we're done.
They will fight you over that. That's how adamantly they believe it. When here is my rule of thumb, ladies and gentlemen. If someone is that adamant that they're willing to engage in physical violence with you, you know that the problem goes deeper than just the subject matter. The problem is that person. Do yourself a favor, smile, say God bless you, and walk the fuck away.
And walk away. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because, there are too many people out here where everybody has their own theory of this and that, but how can you back up that the moon? I mean that the Earth is flat, and how can you back up that Buzz Aldrin or whoever else went to the moon? No, I'm sorry.
You can't. It's impossible.
Yeah, you can't. Exactly.
No way. There's no reasonable. I want to say this. I'm going to say this. There's no reasonable way to add credibility to that subject matter. You've already lost as soon as you engage in that conversation.
Yes.
You're done.
There's no way to win it. You just have to say, God bless you, walk away.
Or bless your heart like we do in the South.
Yeah, or like
bless his heart. That means dysfunctional. Bless his heart.
That's the Southerners' way of saying.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Exactly.
Or
put a helmet on his head and
or tell them watch our show that we did showing them the boots that they supposedly used to walk on the moon. They're two different boots.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Amelia, and it's this simple. At the Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Now, folks, I'm not making a word of this up.
He is not.
At the Space Museum in Washington, D.C., they have a quote unquote Neil Armstrong's spacesuit and his space boots.
Yes.
Now, Amelia, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
In the picture of the moon, the footprints that are on the moon.
Yes.
How many of them are there?
They are, let's see. I guess it would be his boots, right?
How many prints are there?
Let's see. There was, of course, supposedly his, so that would be 2. But
stop right there. Stop right there. So you said the key word. Supposedly 2.
Right.
When you're walking on the surface of the moon, do you walk one-legged?
No.
Okay. There's one print on the moon. Okay. One. Now,
he might have been playing hopscotch.
Exactly, Rick.
Right.
Amelia, what did that print look like?
Well, it was supposed to have like a lot of prints on it because of the boot.
Right. A lot of print.
Exactly. It had lots of ridges. It had lots of ridges. Right.
Right.
Guess what? Neil Armstrong's quote official space boots
Correct.
were round
Right.
on the bottom. They had round circles on the bottom.
Oh.
On the heel,
Mm-hmm.
on the heel, and on the part you walk on, whatever you want to call that. The
They were a
foot part.
different print. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, round. You think I'm making this up, folks? Go type in Neil Armstrong's spacesuit. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
The prints are different.
Amelia,
Yes.
another one of your here you go. We're talking about conspiracies.
Yes.
Let's talk about the show's called Conspiracies and Cover-Ups. What is your favorite cover-up? Government cover-up. What do you think?
Let's see. Cover-up. Not my favorite cover-up, but why is Hillary Clinton's emails wanting to be covered up, but why did they go all out and all this trouble to go to Trump's house and get all his files? But why would they want to cover Hillary?
Well, I wouldn't really call that a cover-up. Mm-hmm. We already know that they deleted all of her emails. They covered that up for the Benghazi fiasco. We already know that. Mm-hmm. So we already know that the Clintons, Hillary and Bill, are both crooked as the day is long, and they got buckets and buckets of blood on their hands because they're
leaving a trail of bodies.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to go that far, but
no, I'll say it then. They have left a trail of bodies in their wake.
I think there's still a couple in her trunk.
And then we talked about the fake bodies, the Sandy Hook thing that they supposedly did. To remember that.
Well, Sandy Hook, we're going to do a show on it. If it's probably going to get me in trouble, and you know what? I don't really give a fuck.
It'll get both of us in trouble, but oh well, right?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? If we can't speak what we need to speak, then we might as well close shop on everything and stay indoors and let them bring all of our supplies to us.
That's well, let me tell you something. That's coming. They want you to fear.
They want us to do this. That's what
they want you to fear leaving your house. They want you to fear speaking. This country is more than on the verge of a complete and total collapse. It is worse. It's
almost there.
Third world country. It's a fifth world country.
Well, nobody's going to put their hand up my ass. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm nobody's marionette. I'm nobody's puppet. I speak what I want to speak, and guess what? If it gets me in trouble, it gets me in trouble. But I've been this way since I can remember, and it doesn't matter to me, you know, what they feel about me, because hey, that's just how I am with everything. Look what happened with Epstein.
And Rick,
look what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we do this show.
Yeah.
And that's why this show is called On the Record, because I want everything we say on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nobody's going to use anything against me because I'll use it first.
Right.
Right.
Okay? I'll say it first. Nobody's got to put words in my mouth. I'll put my own fucking words in my mouth.
Now,
there
if
you go.
anybody's going to say anything about you that you don't know anything about wrestling or whatever, let them come through me first, and then they'll see what I'm.
That's bullshit. Okay,
but I know. But anyway,
analogy.
But about that,
we're talking about important things, Amelia. This is.
But about this here, the Sandy Hook. What made me mad is they try to use actors to try to get gun control and take our guns away from us. That makes me mad.
We have the video. I have the video of a man, and I've showed it, and I'll show it again, of a man, supposedly the parent, quote unquote parent, of a Sandy Hook school victim.
Okay.
He's laughing and he's having a good time. And then the director says, action. And then the guy turns on the waterworks.
Yeah.
Oh,
my poor baby. Oh,
oh,
I missed my poor baby. Right. And then they go, cut. Do you like that? Was that good? You want me to do another take?
Yeah.
I kid you not. Rich, Ricky, I kid you not.
It was
Wow.
really good.
Kid you the fuck not. We showed that on this program.
Oh my God.
Sandy Hook was bullshit from jump. It was all a ruse to get gun control passed, and it still hasn't been passed. And
No.
the Democratic Party is eating each other fucking alive.
And you know what? You know what I call that? I call that political cannibalism.
It is.
That's what I call that. Political
let me tell you
cannibalism,
something.
because they're
I
turning
wanna
against
tell the
each other now.
Democratic Party.
Yeah.
I want to tell the Democratic Party something, and I hope you're out there listening, because it's really important, and I want you to listen to the Mad Dog. To every Democrat listening to me that can hear my voice, the best thing you can do to ensure the election of Donald J. Trump as president of the United States again for a second time, the best thing you could do for Donald Trump is to keep doing what you're doing. Keep eating each other alive.
Absolutely.
Keep
Yes.
pissing on
Yes.
each other.
That's
Keep
it.
shitting on each other.
That's
Because
it.
you don't know it, but every time you do that, his numbers go through the fucking roof.
Yes.
Let me tell
Yes.
you
I
what
agree.
happened here in New Jersey. Donald Trump's campaign booked the 10,500 seat convention center.
Wow.
Then they had to cancel that because the
What?
convention center wasn't big enough.
Wow.
Wow.
Let me tell you how many people showed up on the beach, ladies and gentlemen. On the beach.
Oh.
270,000 people
Wow.
showed up on the beach in Wildwood, New Jersey. They were there for 3 days. Some of them were there for 5 days, sleeping on the boardwalk, sleeping underneath the boardwalk. Some of them were sleeping on the beach in tents.
Wow.
So
And
what is that telling us?
If you doubt for any moment that what I'm telling you is the truth, go on and look at the pictures and video for yourself. Okay? Just search Donald Trump in Wildwood, New Jersey. Okay?
Wow. Unbelievable.
You could not see the beach through the people.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you guys?
Yes. 100%.
Remarkable.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why when Biden's motorcade goes whispering by, what do we got? 10 people out there? 10 people out there.
If you're lucky,
you know,
you might have 10. Yeah.
and they'll put a clap track on. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, they have to put an applause track on. Please.
You can hear crickets.
Yeah, for real.
It's the truth.
I'll tell you what, we got another break. We're at
Yes.
we're going to do
We're
one more break,
right at the commercial break. Yes.
and I'll be right back, folks.
Okay.
Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code WrestlingFuture for a generous 20% discount. That's enter WrestlingFuture for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we. It's What's the Buzz, America's Best Podcast. I am the Mad Dog. She is the Pitbull, and that's Rico Suave. No, that's Ricky Style. Talking about our favorite conspiracy theories. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good ones to pick from. Here's one. Here's one that doesn't get a lot of play. that Elvis Presley faked his own death to escape a mafia hit.
Wow.
You guys heard about that one?
Yeah.
I heard about it. Yes.
There's some truth to that rumor because we have absolute verified proof. Again, folks, you can't make this up. There is absolute proof that Elvis did, in fact, live past August 16th, 1977. How do we know? Because he's on film walking past his own window as his father is giving his goodbye address, quote unquote, essentially his farewell. Elvis is seen walking across the window.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
You know, I heard about that.
I heard
it. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yes.
No, I got the video. You can't. We got the video here. I showed it.
We did. We did a show on that.
Let me tell you what happened, folks. And again, there's always proof. There's always proof. Let me tell you. I'm going to bring you guys up to speed on something, especially you music fans. Okay. 2 years ago. I'm going to go back 2 years, and then I'm going to go back 46 years now. Oh, my God. It's been that long.
Wow.
47 years he's been. You realize he's been dead for 47 years?
Wow.
Or supposedly dead, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
So here's the thing. 2 years ago, a junk collector came across an airplane in the desert in Arizona. Okay? That airplane was registered to Elvis Aaron Presley of 3654 Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay? That guy wanted to make sure that wasn't some kind of joke. So he contacted Graceland. They sent investigators out. And then the police got involved. Well, guess what, folks? It was Elvis's airplane. One of them. He had 3. 2 of them are at Graceland. The third one ended up in Arizona. Okay? Why would that plane end up in Arizona? Let's go back to August 16th, 1977. An ambulance is called to Graceland at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay? 1 p.m. Remind yourself of the time, 1 p.m. An ambulance is called. At 1:20, the ambulance leaves Graceland. All right? At 1:55, just before 2 o'clock, Elvis Presley is pronounced, quote, dead, unquote.
Dead.
Okay.
Right.
Keep that in mind because it's important. Elvis Presley's assistant, his road manager, Joe Esposito, the late Joe Esposito,
right,
said he found Elvis's body at 2:30 in the afternoon and called an ambulance. Okay? Called an ambulance at 2:30. Right? He said the ambulance got there at 3 o'clock. I want you to think about something.
2, 3
The phone call that he made, he could have walked to where the ambulance was, okay? It did not take 30 minutes to get 2 blocks.
Right.
All right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
In the meantime, a body did leave Graceland that day. And I believe Elvis's body did leave Graceland that day. But I don't believe Elvis's body was dead. Right. I believe Elvis was very much alive and well in the back of that ambulance.
Okay.
On his way to the airport.
Could be, yeah.
Where he hopped on board his third airplane. And his pilot took him cross country with fake identification, and we have substantial evidence to prove that happened. Okay. They ditch the airplane in Arizona where he landed, and he gets to start his life all over again. He gets to see his grandchildren. He gets to see his daughter. He gets to see all the people that he loved.
He gets to live a regular life, huh?
He gets to be a real person. And
Right.
Elvis Presley, quote unquote, Elvis Presley died that day. Elvis died that day.
Right, okay.
But a new person was born. Name unknown. Name out of the phone book.
Right.
Okay? John Q. Public. Pick one, right?
Right.
Right.
Come to find out that Angelo Mad Dog DeCipio isn't the kook that people think he is. Because guess what? There's people out there doing the research for me.
Yeah.
Who wrote a book called How Elvis Lived. Not
Wow.
Is Elvis Alive? How Elvis Lived. Because there was already a book called Is Elvis Alive? There was already a book called Elvis Is Alive. This is called How Elvis Lived. How did he do it? Simple. Just got away.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing what growing a beard and a baseball cap could do for a guy.
Can change your whole image.
It can change your whole outlook, brother. It sure the fuck can.
Yes, it can.
This
Yes,
is
it
what
can.
we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we are not conspiracy kooks. We are conspiracy truthers.
Yeah.
You know, I am a conspiracist, a proud conspiracist. I'm
Me
also
too.
a proud American.
Me too.
And I love my country, but I hate
Here,
my
here.
government.
Here, here.
And I've said it
Here,
a million times.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, and I said this before, and I'm going to say this again, in case, because I know the government's listening to me, because they watch everything I fucking do.
Well, hey.
Here's what I'm going to tell the government. And I've said this before. There's one thing, and I'm looking directly at you in the camera. There's one thing you can do. One thing and one thing only that will completely and utterly change my viewpoint and my opinion on my disdain for the government. All you have to do is this one thing. You want to hear what it is?
Sure.
You want to hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell the truth.
Right.
You do that.
It's too easy.
Do that. Whether the truth is good or bad or indifferent, you tell the truth, and I got your back 1,000%. 1,000%. I don't care how ugly the truth is. I don't care how bitter it is to swallow. If you tell me the truth, I'm yours. Okay? You got me. All right?
Yep.
That would be great in the grand scheme of things, but hey.
But it's out there, though. I've put it out there. This is probably the 10th or 12th time I put it out there.
Yeah, but they won't, because guess what they did for me? They made me a Democrat and a Republican.
Oh, wait. Tell Rick that one.
Oh, yeah. They
Why did you hear this one, Rick?
They sent me a Democrat card and a Republican card.
Really?
She's registered. Listen to this shit.
And under both.
She's registered in the state of Florida as a registered Democrat and a registered Republican.
Yeah, I sent it to Angelo for proof, so he can put it on the air anytime he wants. I gave him permission.
Can't make it.
Do you fight with yourself in the mirror?
Crazy.
Yep.
And by the way, this is the same state. Again, folks, I'm not making this up.
Nope.
This is the same state that elected George W. Bush president. His brother was the governor.
Yep.
His brother's girlfriend was the Secretary of State.
Oh my God, man.
Okay.
It's a family affair.
But if I do vote, I will be voting for a felon. Yes, 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got somebody in our chat. Who's in the chat? Man, Leon says moon landing was shot in Vegas. Again, you're wrong on that one, Leon. The moon landing was shot. You ready for this, brother? It was shot in New Mexico. Why New Mexico? Because the landscape in New Mexico more appropriately reflects the scape of the moon with the mountains and the landscaping. It looks a lot more like the moon than Las Vegas. People don't understand this. Las Vegas does have mountains, but it's a lot of open open
space.
A lot of open space.
Oh yeah.
There's a handful of mountains in Nevada, but not like people think. I know because I lived there for 2 years. I lived there. And my brother-in-law says, amen, brother. Absolutely, Scott. Absolutely, brother. Amelia.
Yes.
What do we got coming up, kid?
Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have the dark side of the food industry. Do we really know what we're eating?
Yeah, do you guys know what you're eating?
Tyson Foods, McDonald's.
You may not want to know what you're eating.
No.
Say, what are you eating or what's eating you?
Chicken McNuggets, you might want to think twice on those.
You might want to think more than twice about it, please.
Yes.
And then on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, the celebrity factor. If you have a certain product the celebrity wants you to buy, they're going to be bound and determined that they want you to buy that product.
Well, here's the thing. I had a question for you, man.
Yes.
They're celebrities. They have to tell the truth, don't they?
Don't they not really.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure, maybe.
Am I just being naive?
They have
Ricky, am I being naive, brother?
If they have a certain product, I'm not going to buy it just because a celebrity tells me to do it. I'm going to buy it because I want to buy it.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what I agree with. You know, you could tell me, you could be whoever. If I'm not liking the product, I'm not going to buy it. It's that simple.
Yeah, just like Kaepernick tells me
wine, it must be good wine, right?
No. Just like Kaepernick tells me to kneel during a national anthem. You think I'm going to kneel? Hell no.
No.
This is for you, Kaepernick. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him.
Oh, first of all, the Kaepernick was a moron. He's still a moron, you know?
So anything that he wants to sell or anybody like him, no. I'm not going to believe him.
Here's one for you, Amelia. How did the flag fly on the moon? There's no air on the moon.
There was no air, so it wasn't. They weren't.
I gotta give that one to Rick. Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay, I looked at it 1,000,000 times, backwards and forwards, and I got to tell you the truth. I did take a shuttle bus with Alfred Hitchcock a couple years back. To the moon. and here's what was revealed to me.
There you go.
That the imprint on the moon was actually from Bozo the Clown. That's number one.
Exactly.
Number two, no, but on a serious note, if you look closely at that flag, the reason why it's suspended the way it is, and I'm not talking vertically, I'm talking horizontally. The reason why it's suspended the way it is because there's a stick there.
Yes.
There's a stick. You know how you would put a set of curtains through the curtain rod?
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a hole in the top of the flag that
it's got a pipe going through the top.
Right. There's a pipe, and that's what's holding the flag up.
Yep.
Now, Alfred Hitchcock told me this himself. So
exactly.
And if it did fly, they used fans.
Amelia, what else we got coming next week?
You have a show with Dan Ely, Junior's Farm, 50 years on the 7th.
50 years of Junior's Farm. Now, if you guys don't know, my friend Dan Ely has been here. Oh God, three times already. And Dan, and the fact, you know what, Rick, you're going to be on that show with me because this is a great musical show.
Yes.
Okay.
When he was 19 years old, my friend Dan Ely, living in Cookeville, Tennessee, heard rumors that Paul McCartney and Wings were coming to Tennessee to cut an album.
Really?
So, yeah. So being the innovator that he is, he lied to the newspapers and got a press pass. And he showed up. He showed. Am I lying? I'm not.
No, you did good. I mean, I'm glad to how you did this.
He got himself a press pass from Melody Maker magazine and got to interview Paul McCartney and Wings and became their friend.
Wow.
And spent 6 weeks with Paul and Linda McCartney, with Jeff Britton, with oh my God, with Danny Lane, with oh my God, who else? Oh, there were so many people. Roy Orbison, Chet Atkins.
Really?
Yeah. You can't make this stuff up. And then on top of it, there's the story attached to the guitar.
Yes.
That he gives to Paul McCartney.
Really?
And Paul McCartney plays it. And then he gives it back to my friend Dan Ely and says it would be silly of me to keep this. This is yours. And Dan
Did he sign it?
Wait a minute. That's a whole nother. You're going to ask him that question.
Yes.
You're going to ask him that
question.
He did not sign it, and Dan is thankful every day that he did not sign it.
Why is that?
Because of the journey that guitar took.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That guitar took a 42-year journey.
Oh my God.
From where it started to get back home. And it's remarkable. You can't make this shit up, okay? Can't make this up. Amelia, what else is coming up?
And then on the 18th, we have double gangers, lookalikes coming up.
Ah, the doppelganger, the lookalike. Is Tom Cruise really Tom Cruise? Is Joe Biden really Joe Biden?
Don't think so on that one, but
who's playing the part of Donald Trump? We may never know, but we may actually find out the answer to those questions. But you'll have to wait till next week to find out.
Looking forward
right
to it.
now, we have to say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Not yet, Amelia. When I say
goodbye, I'm just saying goodbye now.
She's so anxious, folks.
No, I'm just saying goodbye, everyone.
Oh my God! I gotta say goodbye. I gotta say.
I say goodbye first, and then you do, silly.
For Rico Style. For Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the Mad Dog DeCipio, saying tomorrow night, may we see you again, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Good night, folks. We'll see you then.
Good.